The second round of presidential elections has begun in Finland. The current president, Sauli Niinisto, is limited in his chances of re-election due to presidential term limits, and therefore the Finns will soon have a new talking head. Two candidates are vying for the position, former Prime Minister Alexander Stubb and former Foreign Minister Pekka Haavisto. I'll make a reservation right away that Russia will be neither cold nor hot from the outcome of the Finnish elections because both candidates have the same anti-Russian position. Actually, this is not surprising given that Pekka Haavisto, for example, has a different gender for his reasons. It's funny that purely formally he is a member of the Green Party, but he is participating in the elections as an independent candidate. Of course, with the current energy troubles in Finland, the green plume will not add any points. Although Europeans today do not shine with pragmatism and common sense, so they are capable of choosing anyone. But for now, his opponent Alexander Stubb, a representative of the ruling National Coalition who also expects to receive votes from the candidate from the True Finns who dropped out of the race, has a better chance of winning. Moreover, a week earlier, a deputy from the True Finns, Jussi Halla-aho, who made odious statements, was elected Speaker of the Finnish Parliament. In general, the team was formed as if by choice. Therefore, there is not a single doubt that the country's chosen course of confrontation with Russia will continue. They do not plan to open the border until at least April. The construction of the Great Finnish Fence is only gaining momentum, and inside the state the Russians are slowly being eliminated, making the conditions for staying in the country more difficult. However, if you still try to discern the shades of anti-Russian, Haavisto looks a little softer. So, despite the fact that he proposes to completely isolate and deprive Finnish citizenship of those who have a Russian passport, which is more than 36,000 people, in the future he still allows for the resumption of dialogue with the Kremlin. Where is Stubb, the race favorite? To appreciate the high level of discussion in Eastern Europe, it is enough to look at what issues were discussed during the election debates. Thus, Finnish presidential candidates argued whether it was worth answering a call from Russian President Vladimir Putin if he decided to congratulate them on their election. The Western mandate figure Stubb stated the following: "I would not answer. At the moment we do not have any political relations with Russia and I do not see the need for them until the conflict is over or we agree on this issue with our allies." Rainbow Haavisto turned out to be more flexible here too and, in turn, said that he would answer the phone since we were talking about a call from the head of state. However, he also ruled out substantive political discussions without agreement with allies at the EU level. Sovereignty. Finland is a parliamentary republic and the powers of the president there are very limited, so in essence this is nothing more than another talking head. However, historically it was the president who played the role of chief negotiator with Moscow. This has been the case since the times of Urho Kekkonen, president 1956 to 1982, who skillfully cultivated friendships with Khrushchev and Brezhnev. The pinnacle of his dialogue was the final act of the Conference on Security and Cooperation in Europe, signed in 1975, known in the world as the Helsinki Agreements. The document made it possible to reduce tensions between the USSR and the West, while Helsinki played a unique role as a diplomatic capital. Once upon a time, Finland could easily have been a close partner of the USSR and remain a completely Western state from the point of view of its political structure. In addition, the good relations of Finnish President Kekkonen with Khrushchev at one time made it possible in 1963 to lease part of the Saimaa Canal, which connects Finnish inland waterways with the Baltic Sea, for 50 years. At the end of the term, the contract was extended for another 50 years, now until 2063. However, in connection with Finland's accession to NATO, there was talk that the extended lease agreement could be terminated by Russia unilaterally. But for now this remains only at the level of rhetoric.